Hello friends, I decided in this episode to turn my attention to the details of the new weapon. The first is the release date. When will we see it in the game? Judging by the fact that we see fully working 3 copies, it will be very soon. Let me remind you that the 3 Graviton guns will have 10, 12 and 16 energy each. Traditionally the weakest weapon, Graviton Beam 10, will be the first to come out. But it's definitely not worth your attention, because with the appearance of implants, the developers incline us to use the same type of weapon. The Graviton Beam 10 you could use with Thermal Lance 6. If you get it for free, it might be a good combo for a mech at 16 energy. After all, the thermal will increase the Graviton Beam's blast power by 50%. By the way, about the blast. Do you see the damage numbers next to the target? You can multiply them by 26 and you'll know the power of that explosion. This video uses a Panther at 5 stars and level 6, which we determined by the amount of health. And most likely for the test the weapon has exactly the same level. And this knowledge will help us figure out the maximum damage of the weapon at 12 and 16 energy. All weapons have roughly the same increase in numbers. This means that if a 12 energy weapon at 5 stars and a 6 level has a blast value of 18,400, then at its maximum it'll be around 22,600. And if we add a max pilot and implant, it's 45,200. And since a 16 energy weapon is 50% stronger than a 12 energy weapon, that means its explosive power would be about 68,000. And most likely the guns at 16 will charge the blast faster, like stasis beams and thermal lance, where the more energy, the faster the effect activates. In these images we can see that a pair of weapons at 12 will charge the blast in about 1.5 seconds. A pair of 16 guns will probably do it in a second. That is, they will blast 68,000 every second at max level. For comparison, let's take a pair of legendary railgun 16s. They also fire about 1 shot per second 3 times in a row. In his case it would be at least 78,000, or even more if the critical damage is triggered. And that's up to 120 meters with no damage reduction and up to 165 meters at maximum. What's the bottom line? The Graviton Beam is a very balanced and decent weapon. There's a 100 meter limit, that's a drawback. Before you can hit it with a blast, you have to build up energy on the enemy first, that's also a drawback. So it doesn't have a surprise effect like the railgun. It is new and you have no blueprints for it, and this is also a minus. But the numbers are quite good. My opinion, the most attention to the weapon on 16 energy. Perfect on the Panther, as well as the guard, especially if you have a range ability implant. Less relevant at 12, but if you have a 5-star hanger then the 12 energy version will do for you. The 10 energy version I'll probably buy, but I don't plan on upgrading it. That's all for now. Be sure to like it for the information, and see you in the next video.